Good morning, YouTubers. It is February 25th, 2020, and these are your daily announcements. I am heading into work. Normally I have Tuesdays off, but I am working today. It is Fat Tuesday, and we've got a Mardi Gras thing going on at work tonight, so I gotta get that prepared. I want to read something to you guys. Now, please, I know not all of you are spiritual or religious or godly, but just hang in here for this video because something today just blew my mind and I want to talk about it. Okay. For the last the last 10 days, let's say, I've had several groups of friends on YouTube who've been fighting with one another. A group over here, a group over here, a group over here, and a group over here, unrelated to one another, all fighting. Okay, and it's the stuff that they've been fighting about. A lot of it is misunderstanding or misappropriation of knowledge or just bad choice of words, or you know what I mean. It hasn't been like crazy, but feelings got hurt, people got hurt. There's all these bad communication things going on. Okay. So today in Totally Kathy, I don't know if you guys watch Totally Kathy, but she does a devotional in the morning, and I have the devotional book that she uses. I want to read you the devotion from this morning, and I'll read it fast, but just listen and hang in there with me. Please hang in there with me. Okay, so this devotional is called "They Have Unhealthy Interests and Controversies." This is from 1 Titus 6:4, and it's titled "Yes, But People." Some people miss all the good things in life by focusing on what is wrong. They miss the flowers in the garden and they point out the weeds. Who are they? They're the yes but people. In order to help them and to deal with them the right way, you must, 1, be discerning. Recognize that often their outward bravado masks a deep inner insecurity. It lets them shift the focus off their own fears and onto the faults of others. Be accepting. 2. Our first inclination is to ignore and isolate difficult people. That's a mistake. Difficult people often want to be ignored, and avoiding them just provides the emotional distance for them to hide. Plus, it confirms their belief that you don't care and won't listen because you think they're wrong and you're right. 3, be interested. Show genuine concern for their family, their work, their well-being. Yes, but people usually struggle with giving and receiving love. They're inclined to elevate opinion and loyalty above communication and reconciliation. And nowhere is it more evident than in their personal lives. So be prepared to empathize with the trail of broken relationships you're likely to find. 4, be kind. The Bible says love is patient. Love is kind. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And that's from 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, one of my favorite passages in the Bible. Avoiding yes but people doesn't work. Neither does arguing with them or trying to straighten them out. You can't change the habits of a lifetime in 1 or 2 conversations, but given enough time, the one strategy that never fails is love. Okay, so now let me get driving here. I wanted you guys to hear that. And the reason I wanted you guys to hear that is because I'm going to say something controversial here, and some people may not like what I have to say, and some people might be like, yeah, whatever. But I know that right now, actually starting, what was it? I wrote it down here. February 18th through March 10th, Mercury is in retrograde. And I don't know if you guys know about Mercury in retrograde, but the thought process behind Mercury in retrograde is during that time when Mercury appears to be going backwards across the sky instead of forwards like it normally does. At this time, communications are very hard to... People have a hard time communicating, like I'm doing right now. People have a hard time communicating and getting their thoughts out, and people say the wrong thing, people take things the wrong way, and it's just a big jumble communications mess. Now, as a Christian, I don't normally put any stock and value into astrology. You know, the Bible is pretty clear about how we shouldn't lean on divination practices, that we need to lean on the Lord and the Bible, not divination, you know, like astrology. But I looked it up this morning, and there are hundreds of verses that in the Bible that talk about looking to the heavens for signs. Like hundreds. And there's so many in Luke. If you go to Luke 21 and just read through it, you're going to see all kinds of verses about signs, but it's more than just there. It's in the Psalms, it's in Joel, it's in Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Revelation, and other parts of the New Testament. There's so much information about how God put signs in the heaven for us to see. And the big one, the one that really stands out, is the three wise men who went to go see Jesus. They were magi. They were astrologers. And these were men who were part of a group of people who had been looking to the skies for thousands of years and keeping track of the signs and wonders in the sky and associating different cyclical events with those signs. That's why they were looking up and saw the star over Bethlehem. It's because they were astrologers. Okay? So God has used astrologers in the past to kind of ward us off from things or to direct our attention towards things. So I'm not real sure what to think about all that, but I am going to say this. In my life, I have really, I pretty much don't mess around with any kind of divination, but when Mercury's in retrograde, I notice that people have a hard time communicating. And it's been like that since the day I first read the words Mercury and retrograde and found out what that meant. Probably about 32 years ago when I was in college. And ever since then, I've kind of kept an eye on that, kept an eye on when Mercury's in retrograde and watched what it did to the people around me and how they had a problem communicating. And last night I was thinking about this. In fact, I talked to one of my friends about this yesterday when we were talking on the phone. And I said, yeah, I don't really subscribe to any astrology except for Mercury in retrograde. And then this is the devotional for today. And I'm like, I think God's trying to tell me something, and I think that I need to share that with you guys. I think that you guys need to understand that right now is just a really bad time for communication. If you've got to talk to somebody or about something, wait until after March 10th. Because I don't think that doing it before then is going to lead to anything good. And of course, I don't want you guys to stop praying or leaning on God for understanding of things. God is the one true and ultimate source of everything. So, I don't want everyone to go, woo, I'm going to go out and find myself an astrologer now. And, that isn't the point that I was trying to make here. The point I was trying to make is God set the universe in motion. And God created all the cyclical patterns that we see in this world. From the earth and all of the cyclical things here, like our seasons, the cyclicalness of life, the way that the moon revolves around the earth, the way that the moon and earth revolve around our sun, the way that the sun revolves around our galaxy, the way the entire universe is turning. all of that cyclical nature was created by God. He created all the sun, moon, and stars. And if the Bible is telling us to look to the heavens, you know, maybe we should take some of that into consideration. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyways, I've talked long enough. I love you guys. Please, everyone, be kind to one another. Please be kind to one another. I love you guys. Mwah. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.